Hi everybody, welcome back to the Bell Media Center. Number 18, Ethan Moreau, heart and soul of the Edmonton Oilers. He's out with an injury, and he's working like crazy to get back in the lineup. In fact, no one's working harder to get back in there than Ethan Moreau. We have an insider's look right now at what Ethan's going through and what it takes to get a Warrior back onto the ice.
The line to Moreau, he scores! The way Ethan Moreau was playing, he was playing well, he was getting lots of shots. That is his team-leading 15th shot on net.
Was injured, didn't quite see.
I'm over that, you know, it was kind of devastating at the time, but that's part of the game, and I realized that. And, you know, you feel sorry for yourself for a couple weeks, and then you get on with it. It's a daily thing. Since my surgery in the start of November, I come here early in the morning at 6 and work with Dr. McGee. He's our team therapist.
I've been with the Oilers for 20 years, and it's really enjoyable. I'm the type of person who's into instant gratification. And that's one of the reasons you like dealing with athletes. They are very highly motivated. They have a desire to get back. In this circumstance, we have the luxury of being able to see them every day, where they get very intense therapy. They want to get back, and so it works very well that way. They want to get back. I want to get them back. We have all the facilities to be able to do those types of things, and so you see a dramatic increase in terms of how fast they come back and how well they come back.
He's very good at what he does. The players really like working with him, and I've had success here in the past. I had my other shoulder operated on about, I guess, 6 years ago, and things went really well. You know, years of abuse on it that led up to that moment. It probably just wasn't that injury. It was probably the last 10 years of playing a physical game that kind of contributed to the injury.
One of the things that's part of the rehab is we look at them and say, functionally, what do you want to go back and do? And he's what I call a crash type player. He's very physical and so on. And so you have to make sure in your rehabilitation you take that into account. So what we have to do as part of our rehabilitation is replicate the actions that he would go through to make sure that not only physiologically he's comfortable with it, but psychologically he doesn't feel like the shoulder's going to pop out again.
Yeah, he realizes he's been with the team for a long time. And he knows what our psyche is when we come in here after being injured and when we want to be out on the ice instead of in here. So it's tough for him. He has to deal with guys that don't want to be here. But we all respect him and we appreciate what he does for the team.
We're always pushing him to the edge. So we start our rehab very early. For example, with Ethan, 2 days after he had his surgery, we started our rehab. They really don't like the 6 o'clock in the morning, but they have to do that every day, and it's just that other little incentive is I don't want to do that anymore. When you have to come for therapy 5 to 7 days, it's not the same every day. So there's certain exercises he does that are the same, but there's certain exercises that are very different, and it just keeps his interest.
It only takes about a week or two to realize how much you miss the game. You know, our goal is to get back as soon as possible and to be as strong as possible and to play hockey, which is obviously a physical sport. So a lot of the stuff he does is he's going to put a lot of stress on your capsule of your shoulder to kind of imitate some of the stuff that you'd be doing on the ice. So he's inventive and he has a lot of creative stuff that he does to accomplish that.
Just straight out, right? Yeah. The swords are a little bit different. When I was in Japan, I saw those, and they're just a very good rehab tool of getting him used to being in a position, and then you give it a sudden jar, and how does the joint react to that? And when they don't know when it's coming or what direction it's coming, that's part of it. The falling is the same thing. It's like I said to you, he's going to go back, he's going to fall on that arm, and we want him to feel comfortable that when he falls on it, he's not going to be afraid of it, because if he's afraid he's going to injure himself when he goes back, or he's not sure what's going to happen, he won't play at the same level.
I felt good to be back on the ice. It's just a natural progression. I can skate and shoot and pass, so there's no reason for me not to be out there doing some of the drills, and I think it'll help me in my eventual return to the lineup if I can get a lot of practice time and just get up to speed with what the guys are doing out there. It's hard to practice by yourself to simulate the speed of the NHL and the speed of the players. Well, my goal is to, when I come back, to be better than when I left, and I know that when I return, when you see me on the ice, I'll be at my best.